In front of me, you see three radios. They're basically the same radio, they just look a little bit different. The one on the right that has a keypad, it also has a display, is an EVX 539. They're made by Vertex, which is a company owned by Motorola. You notice that this radio has a screen, and on the screen you see the letters EM, EM, and that lets you know that that radio is on the emergency channel, which is channel 1. You can also see in the top right of the screen there's an image of a battery, and that tells you what the battery life of this radio is. Now, if I was to manually turn the channel, you would see that it goes to El Cerrito, and that it goes to Ladera Palma, it goes to Las Lomas, the next one will be Kid Zone, and so on through all the schools. You'll notice that the channel of the schools is directly linked to the channel or to the number of the school and to the telephone prefix. So the only difference is instead of being school 1, Arbolito was moved to school 10 because 1 is the emergency channel. Now the radio that you're probably going to use is the Vertex EVX 531. Now these two radios are exactly the same. The radio on the right, the person who uses that radio did not put the channels on there. They remembered the channels. Well, the one on the left just took and taped a list of the different channels onto the radio so that they'll know which channel is which schools. Now, the power of these radios are strong enough that they should be able to reach from Arbolita all the way down to Las Positas, or Imperial all the way over to Walnut. And we have a repeater here on the district building that allows for those radios to reach all the way across our city. Now, I'm going to show you how to use the radio, and we'll go ahead and we'll take this radio and we'll set it up and we'll look at, for example, on the very top, you'll see that there's a number 1, and I'll use my pen as a pointer because my finger is a little too big. And that number 1 tells you that you are on channel 1. Now I have the other radio that is also on channel 1, and so when I depress the key, I will say check, check, check. And you'll notice that there's a little bit of a delay. And that delay is with any radio system because I'm using a repeater. The sound has to go from this radio all the way to the top of the roof of the district office, and then it bounces back to the other radios. So when you take a radio and you want to transmit on it, you want to press the button, wait a second, and then speak. And you can hear the echo because the radios are too close. I depress after I'm finished talking. So one of the things that you might want to do is when you're transmitting, press the button and say to yourself silently, 1, and then say, Imperial Office, please come in, and then say 1, and then let go of the button. And that way you won't be cutting yourself off. Again, the channels are 1 through 13. 1 is an emergency. Channel 2 is El Cerrito. Channel 3 is Ladera Palma. Channel 4 is Las Lomas. Channel 5 is Kid Zone. Channel 6 is Las Positas. Channel 7 is Sierra Vista. Channel 8 is an open channel. So if we have problems on one of the other channels, we can just switch that entire school to Channel 8. If you want to talk to somebody from another school, you could call them on their channel and ask them to go to Channel 8, and that won't bother anybody else is listening at your school or at their school. Channel 9 is Walnut, Channel 10 is Arbolita, 11 is Washington, 12 is Imperial, and 13 is the district office. Now, in addition, some of the radios that have the keypads have an additional channel, it's channel 14, and that's used only in emergencies. Now let me tell you one more thing about the radios, is when you turn the radios on, and if I want to find out, is this a channel that we have, and I turn to channel 15, and you hear that sound, that means that that radio does not have that signal programmed in it. So anytime you hear that rapid pulse, That just means that that's a channel that hasn't been put in that radio yet. So these are your radios. I suggest if you have them loud enough so that you can hear, and you have them clipped on a belt. Sometimes you could put them on a jacket, or you could carry them on your hand, but loud enough so that you can hear them at all times. If you have any questions about the radios, you can ask your principal, or you can contact me here at the district office at 562-690-2360. Thank you so much, and have a great day.